All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakwadash. Also want to give double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from. And as always, peace and love towards the Lord's hopeful elect. Back at it with another spiritual observation, talking about these damn flock cameras, man. Hey, the Americans are getting fed up, and this is prophecy coming to pass. When it says in the book of Ezra, second Ezra, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. Man, this is what it's going into. Hey, these people are shooting the flock cameras. When I went to camp earlier this week, I saw a guy out there mocking the camera. He was looking at it, taking pictures, and waving at it as soon as I pulled up to the camp, man. Okay. So this is the sign of the time. The American people are getting fed up. The Lord said he was going to pour his spirit out upon all flesh. And it's not just for the prophets. It's to fulfill prophecy. Their spirits created for vengeance. And we're getting ready to see that.
This is a flock camera, one of about 100,000 installed across the United States to watch over you and keep you safe. But there are criminals among us who believe that these violate their privacy and human rights. These hooligans are going out and purchasing battery-operated reciprocating saws like this one and 6-inch Diablo steel demon blades, knowing it's more efficient and quieter than angle grinders. They go out dressed in non-identifying disposable clothing, including work gloves and full face coverage so as to not display the color of their skin, their eyes, their hair color, or their tattoos. Of course, these people are careful, so they make purchases in cash and keep no receipts. In preparation of their illicit activities, these vile individuals use deflock.org to pick a target and plan a route that avoids camera detection. With all phones, smartwatches, and geolocating devices left at home, these villains know if they're not caught in the act, they'll get away scot-free. I've set up a demonstration on my private property to show you just how efficient the lunatics have become. With their saw wrapped in a trash bag, they approach from behind the camera's line of sight and tear right through this black aluminum alloy post. Hopefully Flock has secured the cameras a little better so they don't get a personal injury lawsuit. Once these degenerates have destroyed the post, they go for the camera too. Even the solar panel. They're thorough in their destruction to ensure maximum monetary loss, and they always leave the remnants behind as a visceral message to all. After this, the cold-hearted anarchist makes their predetermined getaway, casually yet swift. By adhering to this specific set of principles, this wild subculture of flock hunters ensures that their MO is always the same. The modus operandi never changes. That way, if one of their members is picked up by law enforcement, they will face one charge of vandalism, but tying them to any previous or subsequent acts of destruction.
Yeah, so anyway, that's Esau kind of playing around, but that's really happening nowadays, man. They're tearing shit up. You know, that's the Edomite thing. Jake probably just shoot the camera, spray paint it black. But look at these comments here. This is the spirit of Mystery Babylon the Great, if they do live here, you know, probably. Not all heroes wear capes. So you see, the people are with the rebellion. When the Lord say, hey, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, that's exactly what he means, man. You see that? Not all heroes wear capes. So they're classifying these people who are cutting down quote-unquote government property as heroes. That's the spirit of the Lord. Okay, the people are getting fed up. Why? Because when the wicked are in rule, the people mourn, and that's what's happening, man. Okay, starting with the elite banking families, these Edomites, man, they have oppressed, they have done psychological operation first and foremost on the nation of Israel in relation to that crafty counsel. But they're so wicked and they're so treacherous that it's even affecting his own people. All right, so the Lord gonna put Egyptian against Egyptian when they buck up and rise up against their oppressors, man. And the Lord is exposing who the true oppressors are. Meanwhile, there'll still be race wars popping on. The low-level Edomites will still not know what the fuck is going on, but somehow, some way, still point their dirty ass fingers at us and blame us for everything. All right. I don't perform public vandalism, but if I did this, is how I do it. So everybody's with it. I kind of scrolled down this early. I didn't see one negative comment speaking against what this guy's representing right here. Yeah. Don't forget to leave your cell phone at home. This is the most thorough piece of reporting I've ever seen. Thank you. That's hilarious. I got more though. But and this has happened all throughout Babylon the Great, man. Hey, these folks made a damn sign and put it in front of the camera that says no flock zone. Do you know how much effort of rebellion this takes, all right, to actually make a sign and put it in the ground and put it up. Looks like a pretty decent sign, man. Okay, so this is the spirit of Mystery Babylon the Great right now, man. This is the temperature, if you will, of the earth. Well, definitely here in the United States. Check this one out. I came across this article, and this isn't the only one that has come out. Plenty articles, plenty reports have come out concerning the so-called police are using these fucking cameras for wickedness. It was a couple Jake women that have been arrested and shit like that for using this shit for wickedness and things like that. It says, and this is from the Times of India, I think, Florida police officer arrested after using flock surveillance cameras 717 motherfucking times. What the hell does that even mean, yo? To track estranged wife. I don't care why he's tracking his wife like that. That's not what this epistle is about. It is the fact, first and foremost, you're using it for shit that it's supposedly not supposed to be used for, tracking people. Y'all are saying, oh, it's for safety or it's for license plates reading and shit like that. Nah, you guys are tracking faces and everything. I'm sure you brothers and sisters have had a run-in with these cameras, if not the flock cameras, the damn red light cameras, or the speed cameras, okay? I've definitely had a run-in, man. And when I got that shit in the mail, you can see the back of my head real good, crystal clear, and you damn almost see in my car. Okay, you understand me? So these are some high-powered ass devices that they got on these street corners, and the people are fed up. As you see, this guy here was using this camera over hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, all right, to stalk people, and that's exactly what the fuck he's doing. Imagine how many police officers use this shit to stalk us for all type of shit, or just watching us, period. Like, I knew that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, that them clowns be watching me when I go set up that camp at that particular location. That's why you gotta be prayed up, man, before you leave the house, because they're watching us, man. We don't care, but you know what I'm saying? They're watching us because, I don't know, they're obsessed. They're weirdos, starting with the elite banking families that promoted this psychological agenda. Now we're all caught up in this madness.
Driving around the Des Moines Metro, you may have found yourself passing something that looks just like this. These devices are flock systems, and they've been causing a lot of outrage across the nation, leading to vandalism that leaves them looking like this.
It's a little bit disheartening, just destruction of property.
Thursday morning, Pleasant Hill police were notified of a flock camera sawed completely in half with the camera beat to pieces. Flock cameras are automated license plate readers that capture and analyze images of all passing vehicles. They also capture your car's make, model, color, and identifying features such as dents, roof racks, and bumper stickers, often turning these into searchable
dents, she said. So you know how clear that camera has to be, man.
Data points. The controversial AI system has upset
and that's the number 414. If y'all can see it, call Halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. I had noticed that. Call Halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah.
Hundreds of thousands of individuals across the country, mainly because people believe that the system tracks your face, has led to wrongful arrests, been used by police officers to stalk individuals, and they don't provide any substantial evidence to prevent crimes.
Bam, so they ain't preventing no motherfucking crime. So it's not for that. It's exactly what these police officers through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah are arresting them for. They're a bunch of weirdos. Let me tell you something about the so-called Babylonian police. They're all fucking compromised, man. All right? The health industry, the nurses, the doctors, they're all compromised. Wait till the pestilence, the next pestilence comes, and you see that spirit that was on them during that first, pandemic. They were getting very crazy, and I'm talking about the nurses and the doctors. Why? Because they're fucking compromised. They're all a part of these wicked organizations, man. So you don't trust them. Don't trust your enemy. Where we are taught this daily, not to trust our enemy, starting with the elite banking families and what the fuck they created. Yes, the elite banking families are, the culprits of all this, but don't think that the low-level Edomites not going to be a problem. Do you think that the elite banking families are going to come the fuck down off of their punk-ass throne to put their hands on us? No, they're going to use a psychological operation. They're going to fund the psychological operation, and they're going to let us fucking go at it. Okay, and it's all by design from Yahweh Hashem Shah. Lord said he would pour out his spirit upon all flesh, not just the prophets, but to all these other clowns to fulfill prophecy. Spirits created for vengeance. So a man shall not regard their king nor princes. We're getting ready to see it. And this whole tear down flock cameras, shoot the cameras and things like that is all part of it. Just wait till the famine comes. Wait till the pestilence comes, man. Okay, more storms and earthquakes in diverse places.
I feel like it somewhat violates people's privacy. I understand that in certain situations that they can be of value.
And notice that for face value, there were no Jakes and none. Well, that was Jake using the damn camera, but the ones complaining, all right, are face value Edomites. So there's your Egyptian against Egyptian getting ready to come, man. Okay, it's just going to be a mess, man, especially when the famine comes and there's no food readily available. It's going to lead the people to be in a frantic state, if you will, man.
To
a state of desperation, and that desperation is going to lead to action, and they're going to get violent, and a man is not going to regard their kings nor princes again, and they're going to invade one another. All these are in the scriptures.
And law enforcement, but by far and large, I'd rather cameras be minimized.
The fear these systems cause has led to a mass social media frenzy of individuals destroying the poles and cameras as a form of protest.
With things like this, when one person, especially something that's a trend, whether it's a TikTok trend or anything that becomes a social media trend, it seems to start somewhere and just keeps going. Part of it, I think, is a little bit of misinformation. These don't track people or follow people around.
How the fuck does it not track people? It's a camera. Just because you're saying that, if you're walking by, is it not going to fucking have a clear picture of your face? Stop lying. That's why I told you these damn police officers are compromised. Don't trust them. I don't care if they're soft spoken, if they claim to I don't want to get into it. I've had a lot of run-in with them clowns. But look at the spirit on the people. Trust us is their best argument. Trust they have not earned. The people are fed up. Everybody's against this shit. Everybody's with the rebellion. All right, so that's supposed to be so-called government property. Look at all these comments, man, in relation to, what's going on. They say it doesn't track people, and yet it does. That's its entire function. Absolutely. They're just lying to your face. Never trust thine enemy. Okay? Yeah, this is not a trend. It's a statement of prophecy coming to pass. The people are fucking fed up with being oppressed and tracked and poisoned and shit and being broke. See, that's where they're going wrong. But this is all by design, okay? But they're going to have the people fed up when they don't have the money to combat all the shit that's going on, when they don't have the folly to combat all the shit that's going on, and when they just got to break down and let all hell break loose, man. See, that's what that comfort is for. That's what the bread and circus is for. But when the Lord finally removes that play shit, it ain't gonna be nothing but their real deal, man, and prophecy is gonna come to pass. This is the signs of the times. This is what the Lord has been warning us about. Lord willing, we are in the beginning of Jacob's trouble. There's all that mess happening in Indiana. It's a mess. All right, these are signs of the times, that blackout. The brothers, I haven't really been dealing with it a lot. Definitely have prayed for the Akim and Akwath in those locations. All right, but I haven't, we prophesy in part. But the brothers are saying shit it's a fucking mess. You know what I mean? They're looting and they're getting desperate, and they're saying the power may not be on till next Tuesday. So we'll see how that works out. But it only gets worse from here. Let's go to the book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now is high time to wake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. So, snap up out of it, Jake. Now is the time to repent towards Yahweh Shema Shah. Now that you see who Esau Edom is, who your oppressor is, man. Esau Edom, starting with the elite banking families, right? The Rothschilds, etc. Even the Waltons, man, that own Walmart. All these, and then their minions, like your Elon Musk, like the dude that paid the NBA commissioner, your little minions, and then it just trickles down to the Edomite right in front of you working a 9 to 5. He hates you too. All right, so don't trust none of your enemies, man. It's high time to wake up out of that mentality that it's all good, that everybody love us, man, that things are just going to be okay. It's not. These motherfuckers are oppressive. This has to be the wicked man in which the Bible speaks of, which is to say Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh speaks of. Let's go to the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice. So let's rejoice in the signs of the times, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth, man. And we set our treasures in heaven. Okay, so we want to rejoice even though we live on this earth, but we have faith that we'll make it. We have faith, all right, that the Lord will be with us, man. Faith without works is dead, though. Okay, therefore rejoice, ye heavens. So our faith is actually stored up in the heavens, man. So we're going to rejoice. And ye that dwell in them, woe, which means destruction, to the inhabitants of the earth. That's everybody walking on this bitch except the Lord's hopeful elect and of the sea. For the devil, who is the devil? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, starting with the elite banking families, is come down unto you, the Illuminati, all them, all right? You having great wrath. So those flock cameras, that's part of that great wrath. Them sending you off to Iran, World War III, that's part of that great wrath. Ultimately, them coming up with that mark of the beast, the RFID microchip, that is great wrath that this enemy is finna come with, man. All right, so it's high time for us to wake out of sleep, and we see why. Because he knoweth that he have a short time, so he want to go ahead and put this place in the surveillance state. He want to go ahead and put a blackout in Indiana so he can build data centers, do a test run, man. They want all these data centers to get ready to facilitate that mark of the beast. Prepare thyself, man. Hide yourself in the name of Yahweh by Shema Hawashah, because it is going down. The book of Job, and then one more. Job 9:24, right? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. We taught you who it was. Esau, Edom, starting with those elite banking families, man. DuPonts, Gettys, Rothschilds. And, it's probably some more that we don't even know of, man, okay? But hey, do your research on some of those, man. If you can find information about those families and their bloodlines and those 13 bloodlines and all that shit, man. All right, this is the wicked. All right, he covered the faces of the judges thereof. If it ain't this guy, if the earth wasn't given into the hand of the wicked, then where and who the hell is he? The Lord has revealed his secret unto his servants, the prophets of Israel, man. All right, and they're able to decipher these things through the spirit and break down who our enemies is, who our oppressors are. Okay, now we know it's all of you fools, but starting with that chief wicked nation, Esau, Edom. And I'll leave it off in the book of 2 Corinthians, man. 2 Corinthians 2:11. And they're doing this by design to piss the people off. They need the chaos. They need, so they can come in with the order out of chaos. They need this place in a chaotic state. They need people coming in the country not knowing who the fuck they are, so they can microchip everybody. Okay, that's what this is all about. They got to destabilize society to come in with the stability, and that part of that stability is going to probably be universal income attached to that mark of the beast, which is going to have all your information on it. If you are in fact a U.S. citizen, all that. If you're a law-abiding citizen, all that. So just prepare yourself, man. 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, the flock cameras, the lifestyle, all right, the poison in the food, Project Bluebeam, HAARP, all these things we're not ignorant of, and we're not saying that shit we can't conform or deny exactly what that fool got going on, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because it all comes from Yahweh Shema Shah. He's the one that killed. He's the one that makes alive, right? All right? So it doesn't matter. Man's goings are of the Lord. So trust in Yahweh Shema Shah, the one that's controlling these fools, man. Pray to the Lord. All right, we're in a great time of confusion, and it only gets worse from here. Shalom.